Hello, welcome back. Today I'm out in the middle of nowhere near Hastings, Nebraska to check out the lone grave of Susan Haile, who died while traveling the Oregon Trail. So I'm going to tell you about her story as we look at her grave. I have to say, this is probably one of the coolest grave sites I have seen. As you can see, it's just beautiful Nebraska farmland all around, and then on the top of this hill is her grave. So they have a little marker for her telling you about her story, which is amazing. So it says, Susan C. Haile was born December 20th, 1817 in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. She was the youngest child of Joseph and Prudence Sewell, natives of Sumner County, Tennessee. And then on November 17th, 1836, Susan married 21-year-old Richard Haile, a native of Smith County, Tennessee. In 1840, the Hailes and their first two children moved to Lafayette County, Missouri, where Richard was respectfully employed in teaching school, bookkeeping, and clerking. In 1849, Haile joined the California Gold Rush, but returned to Missouri in 1851 for his wife and children. In the spring of 1852, the Haile family began their trip across the plains to California. By 1852, Susan and Richard were parents of 6 children: Joseph, Martha Antoinette, or Nettie, Sarah Jane, John William, and Susan Henrietta, or Hetty, the baby of the family, who was 3 years old. Relatives of Susan were also in the company, including her unmarried older sister Martha and one brother John. With his family, John Sewell, like Richard Haile, was a returning 49er. Besides several wagons, they were herding 100 head of cattle. On June 2nd, 1852, Susan Haile died of cholera while the family camped within the site of the Platte River. According to legend, though not confirmed by family papers, Richard returned to the settlements and obtained a marble headstone for his wife's grave. He probably traveled by horseback. This story may well be true and would account for the grave's survival. Indeed, the existence of such a grave marker is confirmed by William Woodhams, who arrived here May 10, 1854. He wrote, "Past many graves, one had a nice marble headstone with a woman's name on it. It stood on the top of a little sandhill, and strange enough was that sad evidence of civilization here in the wilderness, the more so as it bore a woman's name. Bad enough for man to be buried in this wild region, but a woman's place seems peculiar in the comforts of home and friends." The wagon train went on without Richard and Aunt Martha Sewell taking charge of the Haile children. After marking Susan's grave, Richard could well have overtaken the slow-moving wagon train before it reached California, and Richard and the children settled in Napa County, where he farmed and engaged in lumbering with Susan's brother. In 1853, he married a widow, Susan Clayton Sears, a native of Kentucky, and they had 4 more children together. And then Richard Haile died January 30th, 1890. So let's go check out Susan Haile's grave here. And see, they have it fenced off. Now, they did say this isn't the original headstone. The original headstone, deteriorated, but they put up this new one here. It says, "Memory of Mrs. Susan O. Haile of Lafayette County, Missouri, who died June 2nd, 1852, aged 34 years, 5 months, 12 days. Legend says this pioneer died after drinking water poisoned by Indians," which we know now that wasn't the case. It was actually cholera, which was going on at that time. And it says erected and dedicated by Hastings Outdoor Club, July 30th, 1933. Wow, that's amazing. I think it's pretty amazing that, you know, her husband traveled all the way back with an actual marble marker for her and came all that way. Especially as we know how difficult it was traveling back then on the Oregon Trail. And then on the back of her grave, there's a nice, it says Oregon Trail Memorial there. So that is pretty cool. I've always wanted to check out an Oregon Trail grave along the trail. And beautiful countryside out here in Nebraska. Very cool to see. Right. Rest in peace, Susan. Hope you enjoyed that video and getting to see the lone grave of Susan Haile. Please like and subscribe for some more videos, and I'll see you at the next grave. Thanks.